Good Monday morning. There's a paradox about having friends. You have them so that you can be happier and enjoy life better. And that's true for relationships too, not just friendships. The paradox is you're going to hurt as a result of those friendships and those relationships. It is inevitable. That's the paradox. So how do you deal with it if you have a friendship and it goes south? You get rejected, or you have a relationship where she decides she's not interested in you anymore. Those can be tough times. You might feel like you don't want to get into a relationship or have friendships anymore so that you don't have to go through that pain, but I think you know that that's the wrong answer. The happiness you're going to feel from good friendships and good relationships is going to be worth the pain that you're going to suffer once in a while. So don't give up on having good friendships and good relationships. But what do you do when a relationship goes south? Here's a couple of thoughts. First of all, realize that it's not the end of the world. You will get over it, and you will have the opportunity for good, positive relationships in the future. Let me tell you a couple of stories. I was in college. I had an evening class. There was a girl in there, and I thought she was kind of attractive, and I was interested in her, but I hadn't done more than a passing hi or something in the class. Well, one time I missed the class, and the next time I went, this girl handed me the handouts from the previous class. I hadn't asked her to get them. She just noticed that I wasn't there. She got an extra copy, and then she gave them to me when I got back. And I thought, oh, hey, all right, well, maybe that's a positive indicator. She noticed when I wasn't there, and she was thinking of me. So I asked her out, and we went on a couple of dates, and I was attracted to her. And after a few dates, I fixed her dinner at my house. I knew I wanted to tell her, hey, I'd like to take our relationship to a deeper level. I'd like to be more serious. And I got the courage to share that with her. And she said that she really wasn't interested in developing it any further. She was happy to just be friends. I got friend zoned, and that hurt. So there I am in the moment, trying not to show the disappointment, and she was gracious about it too, and I did fairly well. I was in my early 20s, so it wasn't like I didn't have enough maturity to manage my emotions completely. I use that as an example because you're going to be in those situations, and when you are, just remember that yeah, it's going to hurt, but you will get over it. So don't be too discouraged. You don't have to hate them. You don't have to be mad at them. That's just part of the risks of interacting with humanity. One thing that I think will also help, when you realize that sometimes in your life you may be the one where you're not interested in developing it, even though someone else might be. It helps because when you realize that you're going to be in that situation, it will moderate your feelings when you may be on the receiving end of someone saying, I'm really not interested right now. When I was in high school, there was a girl that took an interest in me. And I think she asked me out. And so we went on a date or two, and she kept asking me out. I don't even think I asked her out. I might have reciprocated once. We ended up going on a number of dates. I tried to be kind, and it was fun to go do stuff, but I was the one that wasn't really interested in developing a relationship. Ultimately, we had a very similar conversation, the one I just described to you, except that I was the one saying, you know what, I'm really not interested. It helps if you realize that you may be on that side of the relationship equation at some point in the future, because you're going to be more empathetic for how it feels here, and you're going to realize that over here, it's not that you hate the person, that you don't like them, that you're just not interested in developing the relationship beyond the friendship. I hope that makes sense. Friends and relationships are important in life. They're an important part of growing up. They're an important part of becoming a mature and capable adult. If you haven't downloaded the Map to Manhood, there's a couple of areas on the Map to Manhood that talk about friendships and about developing your ability to love. And those are both important things to do, particularly if your dad's not there to help you. Download the Map to Manhood. When the book is coming out, which is coming out soon, once that gets through layout, then I can have permission from my editor to start putting a date out there and maybe even doing some pre-orders. There's going to be information about the actions that are outlined on the map. If you're having challenging relationships, it's not the end of the world. Be the best friend you can be responsible, be mature. I hope some of those thoughts help if you happen to be going through challenges in your friendships or in your relationships. Always remember, you can still succeed even if your dad may not be in your daily life, and you do have a dad that loves you. And I'll see you on the next video.